So, you're thinking about getting a used forklift for your business. Look, it can be an absolutely brilliant move. I mean, you save money up front and you get what you need way faster than buying new. But, and this is a big but, it's a path that is just filled with potential traps. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can make a really smart investment and dodge what could be a very, very costly mistake.
And that's the whole game, isn't it? It's the big question. Because, the line between grabbing a fantastic deal that sends your productivity through the roof and accidentally buying a lemon that just bleeds you dry with downtime and repairs, well, that line is surprisingly thin. So the real trick is, how do you make sure you stay on the right side of it?
Okay, so let's put it all on the table. It's kind of like this. On one hand, you've got the promise, right? Lower upfront cost, shorter lead times, basically getting the gear you need like now. But on the other hand, oh boy, you've got the peril lurking in the shadows. We're talking hidden damage, unexpected downtime, and repair bills that can just completely wipe out all those savings you thought you made. Our goal here? To get all of that promise with absolutely none of the peril.
All right, so to make that happen, we're going to break this guide down into 3 key parts. First up, and this is non-negotiable, you've got to inspect the machine. It's time to get hands-on, put on your detective hat, and really see what you're dealing with. Now this chart right here, it's a real eye-opener. It completely changes how you should think about a forklift's age. See, it's not just about the number of hours on the clock. Not at all. A well-maintained machine can literally have double the lifespan of one that's been ignored. Just think about that. It means a forklift with, say, 6,000 hours, but a perfect, documented service history is probably a way, way better bet than one with only 4,000 hours and a sketchy past. Okay, so when you're standing there looking at the machine, here's what you're going to do. This is your physical checklist. Yeah, you'll glance at the hours, sure. But then you need to feel it. Fire it up. Does that lifting mechanism move smoothly or is it jerky? Get up close and personal with the high-wear parts. The mast, the forks, the tires. Look for rust, look for cracks, any signs of damage. And the absolute golden rule. Do not proceed without seeing the comprehensive maintenance records. That paper trail, it's the only way to know how this machine was really treated. Now, if you're looking at an electric forklift, let me tell you, the battery is the heart of the whole operation. And this number right here shows you why that's so critical. 36%. Over a third of all downtime for electric forklifts is caused by battery issues. That's a massive, expensive headache just waiting to happen, and you need to inspect your way around it. So to dodge that bullet, you've got to become a battery interrogator. You need to ask some sharp questions. How old is the battery? How many charge cycles has it been through? And here's a key one. Is the capacity retention still above 80%? Anything less, and it might not hold a charge long enough for a full shift. And just like the machine, that battery should have its own maintenance records. If the seller says they don't have them, that is a major, major red flag. All right, so let's say the machine checks out. It looks good, it feels good, but hold on. That physical inspection is really only half the story. Now we need to switch gears, put on our accountant's visor, and dive into part 2, calculating the true cost of this thing. And this all comes down to a super important concept called the total cost of ownership, or TCO for short. It's a pretty simple idea, but man, the implications are huge. It's all about looking past that initial price tag. You have to think about what you're going to be paying for fuel, for parts, for regular maintenance, and this is a big one, the cost of lost business when it's down for repairs. This is the total cost over the entire life of the forklift. And these are the hidden costs that make up that TCO. You've got to ask yourself, if it's an internal combustion engine, what's my fuel bill going to look like? If it's electric, how much will a new battery cost me in a few years? And what about spare parts? Are they easy to get, or am I going to be stuck waiting for weeks with my whole operation at a standstill? Answering these questions is what really separates a bargain from a money pit. Speaking of long-term, you also have to think about what happens when you're ready to sell it. Resale value is a huge part of the TCO equation. A quality machine from a top brand, it holds its value incredibly well. Take Toyota, for example. After 5 years, they still hold around 58% of their value. That's way better than the industry average. And every dollar you get back in resale is a dollar off your total cost of ownership. It's that simple. And that brings us to another massive benefit of sticking with the big, well-known brands, getting your hands on spare parts. Seriously, this is huge. You might save a few bucks up front on some obscure brand, but if you can't get a critical part 6 years from now, you've just bought yourself a very expensive paperweight. The big guys, Toyota, Hyster, Caterpillar, they often guarantee parts for 10 years after they stop making a model. That's some serious peace of mind. Okay, so you've kicked the tires, you've run the numbers, you're almost there. But there is one final critical step that honestly, so many people skip, and that is checking the paperwork. This isn't just boring admin. This is all about legal compliance and making sure this machine is even allowed to be in your warehouse. I know, this looks like a whole lot of bureaucracy. But don't think of it as red tape. Think of it as your legal shield. Every single one of these items, the Lawler certificate, the CE marking, all of it, is proof that the machine is safe and legal. And the rule here is super simple. If the seller can't produce all of this documentation, you walk away. No paperwork, no deal, period. And in case you're wondering what a Lola certificate is, here's the best way to think about it. It's basically the MOT for a forklift. You know how a car needs an MOT to be legal on the road in the UK? Well, any piece of lifting equipment needs a valid Lola certificate to be operated legally. It's a thorough, non-negotiable safety inspection that has to be done at least once a year. The paperwork trail doesn't stop at safety either. It extends right to your finances. See, the way you handle taxes for new versus used equipment is pretty different. With a new machine, you can often write off the entire cost in the first year. With a used one, it's usually claimed over time as it depreciates. Now, the rules can get tricky, so this is one of those times where you absolutely want to have a chat with your accountant to get the full financial picture. Okay, let's pull all this together. When you follow these 3 steps, you inspect the machine, you calculate the true cost, and you check all the paperwork, you're not just buying a piece of used equipment anymore. You are making a smart, savvy, and informed investment in your business. And that is the savvy buyer's mindset. You're not just looking at the price tag anymore, you're thinking long-term about the total cost of ownership. You're part detective, digging into the machine's real condition and its past, and you're part compliance officer, making sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed, legally speaking. But you know what? A truly savvy buyer takes it one step further. They think about tomorrow. The world of warehousing and logistics is changing so fast, so you've got to ask, can this forklift connect with the tech of the future? We're talking telematics for managing your fleet or integrating with your warehouse management system. Buying a machine that's future-proofed, that's how you really protect your investment for years down the road. So, you've done it all. You've checked the machine, you've crunched the numbers, you've sorted the paperwork, you've even thought about the future. It feels like every single box has been ticked, right? So, what's the final piece of the puzzle? Well, the truth is, it has nothing to do with the forklift itself. It's the seller. Finding a reputable dealer, someone who offers after-sales support and who actually stands behind the equipment they sell, that is the ultimate guarantee that you're making a truly smart investment.